In this video, I'm going to show you how to edit and manipulate templates in order to make them on par with our branding, or if you're doing it for a client, make it their branding. It'll be the same across the board, but this is just generally what you do. So I'm going to scroll down, pick a template. Oh man, okay, I just hit see all, that's my bad. Let's do this one. So I'm going to click on it and it'll open it up in a new window for me. So if I change my mind and want to go back, I can do that. So all of these elements in this template can change colors, and they can change fonts, and they can be altered to be on par with our branding. So if I click on something, let's say I click on the background right here, this little box will pop up showing what the color is. So if I click on this, the box will change, and that'll indicate what element I'm updating. For text, it shows as a rainbow. It doesn't show you the exact color, but you can see the bounding box around the text to know that you've clicked on the text. So I'll start with the background. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to click on the color. And then here in this colors tabs, you can see all of the document colors that are used. You can see our brand colors. You can see the defaults that Canva gives you, and then you can see the color picker. So you can manipulate this however you'd like. You can move this slider. If you know the exact text value of something that you want to add, you can type it in. But for the sake of this one, we're going to make it our brand color. So I'm going to change this to our dark blue, and you can see the background change to our dark blue. And then to pick something else, to change the color, you just click on it again, and then occasionally it'll like get rid of the little branding color box and you have to go back and click on it. So I'm going to change this to the light blue. I'm going to click on this one and change it to the light green. Click on this one, change that to the light green, and change this one to the light blue. So now I've changed all of the outside stuff. And now I'm going to go in and edit the text. So I'm going to click on the text. I get the bounding box around it. That indicates that I'm on the text. And if I want to change the color of the entirety of this text, I don't have to do anything else except click on it and then go over here and click on text color. And I want it to be white. So I'm going to click on white, and it'll change the whole text to white. Now, if I wanted to change one element of the big text block, let's say I just wanted to change imaging. So I'm going to highlight, I'm going to double click it. So I'm going to click out of it so I can show you. Click it, double click it, highlight it, and let's say I want to change this to black. So it'll change that one element of that text block. And then also in text, you can change the font. So right now up here, you can see that it's Leek Spartan. And let's say I want to change it to our, okay. So for changing the font, you actually, no, you don't, I lied, okay. So I'm just going to click on the font that I want to change it to, and it'll automatically change it for us. I'm going to change it to ours. And then you can do a bunch of other different things. You can bold it. I think for bold, it does have to be highlighted. So to do that, you have to highlight it and it'll bold it. You can italicize it, underline. You can make, this is really cool, you can make it all uppercase or upper and lowercase by clicking on this button. So I can click on it and it'll make it just the first letter capitalized, or I can make it all uppercase. You can change the orientation of it. You can put bullet points in. So you click it once, bullet point, click it twice, numbers, click it again for no bullet points. And then you can change the spacing. So this is helpful when you're doing something like super designy. I use it a lot. So you can change the line height, and you can make them overlap. You can make it really, really wide, or you can kind of just reduce a little bit. And then you can change the letter spacing as well. So you can shrink everything up to be on top of each other. You can expand it all the way out. It's pretty cool. I like that tool. And then effects. I'm going to unhighlight that just so you can see it a little bit better. So these are all the different effects that you can do. They're pretty self-explanatory. I use drop shadow a lot. So the way that the shadow thing works is that it will automatically select one color. Normally it's like the base color of whatever text that you're using. I usually like to keep it a darker color just because I think it looks better. And then you can change the direction it goes, so I can loop it all the way around. I like it. I normally like it to be there. You can change change the transparency. You can change the offsets. You can pull it farther away, closer, and you can change the blur. So you can make it more blurred or less blurred. And then if you click on none, it'll take it away. You can do all of these cool things to it. Their effects are pretty sweet. Okay, I'm gonna go back to none. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, so this is a good example of how to change the size of like a text area. So if you click on this little bar right here, that drags the size of the box, just like that. And then this, if you click on this, it makes the whole element bigger or smaller. Just a little quirk that Canva has. And then they also have this cool like bounding box surrounding the image. So like there, it shows where the border is kind of, and like all of this outside of the border is included in the image itself when you export it, but it just kind of helps you orient things. It gives you a little line to show you the center, all of that good stuff. Let's go over position. So let's say I wanted this blue box behind this green one. I'm gonna click on position, I'm gonna hit send it backwards, and it's gonna go behind the green, put it forward. You can change the alignment, bottom, center, left, right. Oh crap. How do I undo? I think you can just Control Z or Command Z to undo, yeah. Okay, but there's the position, and then the transparency, pretty self-explanatory, all that good stuff. And then to add things to it, you can always add whatever you'd like. So let's say I want to add this photo to the background. If I want to add it just to the image, I'm going to just click and drag it there. But if I want to add it into the background of an image, I'm going to drag it to the side and kind of hold it over. It's kind of something that you have to do to like understand how it's working. But if you hold it over on the edge, it'll fill the entire screen. And some templates come with some kind of like transparency thing where like this will be darkened, and that's just how the template works. You can usually tell when you look at the base template what it's going to do. And then another cool thing that you can do is add elements. You can add that in. You can add some flowers, and then you change the size if you want to. Because we have premium Canva, we can use whatever elements we want for whatever we want. It's pretty nice. There's these little like picture frame things, so you can click and drag that, and then you click on a photo and you can drag the photo into the frame. And it's pretty cool. You can get really creative with all the things that you can do. I do a lot of just like basic template updates just for time's sake, but you can get really creative with it. But yeah, that's basically editing and changing a template. And you can do the same kind of stuff. Like all of this applies to building something from scratch. If you want to go in and you can add in all of the elements that you want and all of the backgrounds and the images that you want. You can add text over here. And it like has preset text, or you can add in a heading. You can do all of that good stuff in the base create a template that I showed you in the first video. I'm not going to do a video on that just for time's sake, but that's the gist of it. It's a decently easy concept to understand, but if you have any questions at all, feel free to let me know. Thanks so much. Let me know if you have questions.